Self-publishing might seem like quite a difficult thing to get in, but honestly, it's really easy. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Jade. I am a Amazon published author. Essentially what that means is I wrote a book and I published it myself on Amazon KDP. If I can do it, you definitely can do it. So the world of self-publishing has never really been as easy as it is now. Like, it's super accessible. And thanks to platforms like Amazon KDP, authors can just publish their work and reach a wider audience really quickly and without the need of a traditional publisher, obviously. And whilst it does seem a little too good to be true, there can be some ups and downs of being a self-published author. So in this video, I'm going to talk about both the advantages and disadvantages of being a published author, self-published author on Amazon KDP. So I would say one of the first things, the ups, let's talk about the ups, is you have complete control over your own work. Now, for some people, that might not be a good thing. It means that they might put out something that's not as good as it could be. But for many people who are putting a lot of time and care and effort, it really means that they don't lose out when it comes to putting what it is that they want into the book, you know, and having to meet somebody else's parameters. When it comes to control, you control everything. You control the cover design, the book format. There are so many different ways to format the book and format the cover, what size it is, the pricing, and obviously things like the promotional sort of strategies to it. It also actually is really great for giving you the freedom to be able to change those things, even once you've published it. Say, for example, you need to make updates to it, you find that there's been errors in something, you have an updated cover and you want to get it out, you like a new sort of artwork cover. I did too, so I had a paperback version of the artwork and then a hardcover, and I wanted two versions, and I could just upload that, and within 24 hours I had both. So it really does allow you so much control over what it is that you're putting out. So the second thing I would say is a benefit, and I'm no expert in traditional publishing, but it's kind of a known thing that traditional publishing contracts tend to pay less in terms of royalties. So self-publishing, on the other hand, like with Amazon KDP, allows you to earn quite a high percentage of your book sales sort of royalties. So it is different, and I can do a different video into the different sort of aspects, because obviously it depends on the price of the product that you're putting out there available. Like a hardcover is going to cost more than a paperback, so it depends on how you price it, where it is that you're sending it to or making it available to be sent to, whether it's an ebook, whether it's on Kindle Unlimited. These all play a factor, but ultimately on Amazon KDP you can earn up to about 70% in royalties, which is amazing. I would say the third benefit of being a self-published Amazon KDP author would be, for me, faster time to market. You can literally get your book out as quick as you want because you're the person writing it and doing all the other things to get it ready. So as quick as you can get it ready, as quick it can be available. So I know within traditional publishing, sometimes it can be months, if not years, from when you finished a book to the time that it actually hits the market. Now for me, in my books, I write a lot of like current trending terms. So for example, A Crown of Cursed Love came out within a month of the Taylor Swift album coming out, you know, midnight. So there's so many references in there because I was writing it at the same time that I was obviously listening to that, and I wanted my readers to be able to experience that sort of, you know, relatability to the character. So it was great because if that was traditionally published, it would be like who, what, where, when. So when you upload a manuscript to Amazon KDP, they have their own sort of in-house system where they will crawl through the data and they'll look through the manuscript and they'll make sure that it's not like, you know, like hate speech and things like that. And then within 24 to 48 hours, it's available to buy. So that's great. If you're wanting to do things like, you know, notebooks, for example, even if you're not writing novels, if you're wanting to do journals or notebook, 24 to 48 hours, you can get those available ready to buy. And I actually do this myself. I have author's journals and book journals that I have on Amazon KDP, and they are print on demand. I don't pay anything for them. I essentially create the designs, upload it as though it would be a 100-page, say for example, manuscript with all the templates in, and Amazon, when somebody buys it, Amazon ships it straight to them. It's great. Okay, so now we've talked about the highs, let's talk about some of the downs, the lows, the negative, or just some of the things to just kind of like bear in mind. First thing is, there is absolutely no guarantee of success. And I know there is no guarantee of success with most books, but if you're going with a traditionally published book or like going with a publisher, they're going to do a lot of the legwork in terms of getting your book out there, getting it seen, getting it marketed, making sure that essentially it is purchasable. And when you're self-published, you don't have that help. You have to kind of do the majority of the legwork, and it's a tough market to get into because self-published book is so saturated and the competition is real. I would suggest investing time and money, if you do have it, into marketing promotion. And if you can't do it, get someone to help you. For me, the biggest thing has been book talk, because if you follow me, you probably follow me from book talk or Instagram or something like that. Social media is my full-time job. It's what I've done for a few years now. So it's very organic for me to do social media and talk about those things like releasing a book. I sometimes take it for granted how natural I do find that, because when I think about 3 years ago, I didn't find it natural. I found it really difficult to actually talk to a camera, because ultimately, you're sat in my kitchen right now and I'm talking to you on a camera, but it just is easy for me. I've done it far too many times now to find it in any way, shape or form uncomfortable. But I would say book talk is such an amazing community of some people that I now consider some of my closest friends I have met on that community, because there are people that want to hear about amazing stories. That's literally what they're there for. They want to know these amazing stories. They want to read what it is you've got to say and what you've got to tell. They're interested. If you talk about it passionately and you love it and you have this amazing idea, somebody will love it, trust me. When I first started talking about A Crown of Cursed Love, I had no intentions of putting it on Amazon KDP. It was actually originally a screenplay that I was using to develop into a novel for the sole purpose of trying to essentially better my written language, which I haven't studied English language since I was in school, so it was really a learning process for me. And I really wanted to advance my writing and my creative writing skills. So that's actually what I was doing it for. And then I started talking to my community on Book Talk and my girls on Book Talk, and we all talk about the same thing, we love the same thing, and I was saying, oh, you know, yeah, I wrote this story once and, you know, I'm trying to change it and they'd be like, hang on a minute, what's that? What? And where can I read that? And I was like, what do you mean you want to read that? You want to read that? And they're like, yeah, I want to read that. So then I thought, oh shit, maybe I could put it on Amazon. It doesn't cost me anything to put it on Amazon. If nobody wants to read it, it's fine. I'm writing it anyways. If nobody wants to read it, I'm not going to take it personally, because I have, you know, it's a debut novel of an author you've never heard of. But ultimately, people did want to read it because they know the books that I like are the same books that they like. So they know that something that I write is going to be something that they probably do like. I was very lucky. The support that I got from Book Talk and the support that I get just from the community of girls that I interact with all the time, my book club, my friends, my family. I became a top seller on Amazon before it was even released, just because people were pre-ordering it. And that was shocking to me. That was like, you know when you know people support you and then you actually physically see that they do? That was crazy. But in no way did I expect that, because like I said, there's no guarantee of success. Okay, number 2, quality control. But I need a biscuit break right now before I talk about this, because this is the nightmare that I had. Okay, quality control. When you are a self-published author, you are directly responsible for making sure that your work is edited and there's no spelling mistakes or grammar issues. If you see my other videos, or if you follow me on Book Talk, or if you're just one of my girlfriends from book club or Book Talk, wherever, you've probably heard me tell this story, and I'm still salty about it. But I do understand, and I forgive the person. But I'm not grammatically perfect when I write, because I'm from Yorkshire. I don't speak grammatically perfect. So I tend to write in a way that sounds quite a bit like how I speak, which is fine for the tone of the book. I love that, actually, you know, I kind of like that. But sometimes I'll do things in the wrong tense. I'll say things in the wrong tense, and that just needs tweaking, or my grammar will be a little bit off. For example, the word lying, like lying down, I might spell laying down. You tell me it's wrong. I know it's wrong, but I couldn't tell you which one's which. So I paid somebody to make sure that they could go through my book and make sure that there was, you know, anything like that just needed tweaking, needed changing, fine. I know that's not my strength. My strength is storytelling, character development. I can write the words down, but you've got to check the words for me. So in terms of quality control, there's multiple aspects to it. There's editing, there's formatting, and then there is obviously cover design as well. Like, cover design's not something as simple as just creating a picture. It has to be formatted in a way that can be printed and essentially be like cropped as well and cut and still look nice and centralized and edge to edge. And if it's not up to par, it can affect your sales negatively. Now, what I will say is Amazon, I had this book sent out to me. Obviously, I bought it as a customer because I wanted to see how it had come as a customer. The cover came scuffed and I was not happy, because I'm like, one, I'm paying for this. I'm paying for this as the author. I'm paying for that to be sent out to you, and then I earn the royalties. If you send that back to Amazon, I still as the author will be charged for it. But if you send it back for it being damaged or something that is completely out of my control, because I don't print it, I don't ship it, I just create the content and they do all the printing and shipping and get it to you safely. Now, if anything on their behalf is not done properly, I can still be penalised as an author. That definitely is a downfall of Amazon KDP. If you do complain, they are quite lenient with you, but I can see how it could be really frustrating for people who maybe are selling loads and loads and loads and they're having those high return rates and they don't know why, and it could be, for example, damage. It could be nothing to do with the fact that their book is brilliant. It could just be something's wrong within the print. So if you want me to do a video on quality control and things that I've now learned from my mistakes, let me know. I can always do that for you. But that follows quite nicely into the next pitfall I would say of being self-published, is the lack of support, the lack of help around it. There's not much help, and that's why I'm doing like videos like this now, because I wish I would have been able to see somebody who I'm relatable to, somebody I see doing the same thing as me, or like just somebody that I can honestly vibe with, and I can watch their video and go, oh shit, yeah, okay. Because a lot of videos I see, they're very structured and very corporate and they're very this, and I can't watch that. I just think, no, I'm not interested. So if you do need any help or any just tips, tricks, my DMs are always open, or just leave a comment and I can do a video for you, and then it helps multiple people. If you want to be a self-published author and you haven't even started with your story, I have actually just done a video, put a link somewhere, of like the 10 steps that I take when writing a story. It is more specific towards like fantasy, but there's loads of things in there that you can take away and pull apart and just help you sort of mind map your way into this different realm or story or whatever it is you want to do. So definitely check that out. So the last pitfall I would say when it comes to Amazon KDP specifically, because there are other things and other avenues you can take. So it literally is one channel, it's Amazon. And I know Amazon literally dominates the entire world, but it is essentially just Amazon. If you want to reach a wider audience, you could explore other options, like trying to get your books in physical stores or adding them to Apple Books or Kobo, and essentially just allowing sort of those doors to be opened and allow more people in to be able to read whatever it is that you read. I don't have those available, and the reason I don't have those available is because my books are part of something called Kindle Unlimited scheme, which makes them almost exclusive to Amazon Kindle, and you paid for every single page that's read, not paid per book, which is great because I use that as a customer. And this actually brings me around to the worst thing about KDP publishing, and this is actually not KDP publishing, this is why I'm not going to consider it an actual one. It's more of a Kindle Unlimited publishing specifically. You can publish on Amazon as a paperback, hardcover, or an ebook on KDP. Fine, no problems. There's no exclusivity. You can publish on all the different things. You can go with a different publisher. You can have as many avenues as you want. But you set your book up for Kindle Unlimited, and that is where you are paid per page. You cannot have your book available as an ebook anywhere else. Now, what's happened recently, and you might see this uproar recently on Book Talk, is authors' books are being pulled from Amazon because somebody else has pirated their work. So that is the bonus pitfall, and it's a nightmare. If you have any specific questions on Amazon KDP, the process, or you want to see a little bit of behind the scenes of what it is like to upload a book, I can do an example for you. Let me know if that's something that you would need, or if there's anything else that you can think of that you just think, oh, I can't find help with this anywhere. I need some support, I need some help. Pop it down in the comments. I would love to help. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up so that I know that you like this type of content and what to do in the future. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to see more videos on what it's like to be a writer, actor, aspiring producer, and somebody who wears multiple outfits. Come join me. My life is hectic, but I would love to have you. See you next time.